The thing is, I wouldn't mind, but as somebody who's never played Marvel Infinite and is not like a seasoned Marvel player, I don't think I have a whole lot to say. Or I guess I'll record it just in case, but I don't think I have a whole lot to say, or like add to this commentary wise or anything in order to make a YouTube video out of it. I do want to try it out though. So here's what we'll do. I'm going to record this and I'll start a YouTube intro as if I am going to upload this, but do not be surprised if this doesn't make it to the channel, just because I don't know how much I have to say. You know what I'm saying? What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Lotus Asakura, the one who never knows best. In today's video, we're taking a look at the launch trailer for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite and Beyond. Now, you may or may not have heard about this, but if you haven't, basically, this is a complete overhaul and total revamp from Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite that was being developed on, worked on, and funded by Maximilian Dood, as well as a team of other people that he has worked closely with and basically gathered together and curated for this project. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite was a game that, and we're being honest, flopped pretty badly. This game released right before Dragon Ball FighterZ, and FighterZ kind of blew it out of the water and completely took over the MVC hype, if we're being honest. Like, a lot of Marvel players played DBZ, and while they didn't all stick with it, this game kind of came and went pretty quickly. And a lot of that, there's a lot of reasons that go into that, whether it's the roster being lackluster and not having like X-Men and stuff like that. Visually, the game wasn't that appealing. It actually got clowned on pretty hard, I recall. And then like some of the gameplay mechanics as well, people weren't the biggest fans of. I think a lot of people did genuinely enjoy the game, but it was a very short-lived experience for a lot of people. And Maximilian's goal with this project was to basically turn it into a much better game, frankly, whether that's from a gameplay standpoint, a visual standpoint, and everything that he can do. I followed the project very loosely with some of his updates on his stream and his YouTube channel and like stuff that he's tweeted, but there's a lot that I don't know and a lot that I haven't seen. And so today we're taking a look at this trailer that he has dropped on his channel. He also did like a 2-hour presentation for it, and I probably want to check that out as well. I probably won't do a video for that, but I'll do that on my own time, and it's something I want to play. It's something I want to try out. So links to any information that you might need should be in the description down below, whether it's this trailer, his channel. Most of you are, I'm sure, familiar with Maximilian, even if you didn't know that he was working on this or doing this or whatever. But regardless, let's go ahead and take a look and see what he and the team that he's curated have cooked up for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite and Beyond. Yo, the visuals are crazy. Crazy. This difference is huge, by the way. Wait. I just realized y'all have no sound. Let me go ahead and fix that right quick. There we go. Run it back. The visual difference alone, by the way, because this is a lot more stylized and like cartoony and like comic booky compared to like the more realistic look that Infinite had. By the way, okay. I don't know. I almost was about to like rant, but hold on. The two major examples that immediately come to mind are Jump Force and Marvel Infinite. Okay, but we don't really need too many more. I'm sure more of them exist. We don't really need too many more. How about we all agree that we stop going for the realism look when it comes to like comic books and anime and stuff for these video games? Okay, yeah, I think we all agree that it looks way better when it's cartoony and comic booky and like this compared to it having to look like a realistic. That shit is ass. Okay, it's garbage. No one likes that shit, man. Jump Force was ugly as sin. Marvel vs. Infinite was ugly as sin. There is a reason why they went for this look to make the game better, because this visually is leaps and bounds above what Marvel Infinite was. And games like Demon Slayer Hinokami Chronicles and Bleach Rebirth of Souls and Sparking Zero look significantly better than Jump Force. Okay, anime fans, comic book fans, that's not what they want, bro. Okay, we want this, we want that, not that. Got it? All right, cool. Anyway, back to the trailer. This looks so much better, dog. So much more stylish and colorful, and just, oh, the logo was gas. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, they cooked. They cooked. Now, I played a very small amount of Marvel 3, but I never played Marvel Infinite. But this, I gotta try. I think I bought Marvel Infinite at some point and never actually played it. All right, features, let's see what we got. Like, come on, bruh. Come on. I was hoping that they did this in the trailer, by the way, to really illustrate the difference between these visuals. This is, look at this, look at Dante, bro. And honestly, I think some of these models and portraits were actually updated after they got clowned on super hard. Like, I remember Chun-Li in particular. Dante and Chun-Li, I think, got clowned on super, super hard when this game initially came out. 36 Marvel and Capcom characters. This looks so much better. Oh my God. So much better. Oh, by the way, look, peep the background as well. They changed the monitors to have like Marvel 2 and Marvel 3 stuff back there. That's so cool. I think that was even Marvel 1 over there. Like, come on, this is garbage. This is so much better. I legitimately believe that if Marvel Infinite released and looked the way that this Infinite and Beyond looks, it would have been way more successful. I'm not somebody who thinks graphics are the end all be all. And in fact, I think that generally speaking, too much emphasis is put on that by people. But I think for something like this, it does matter, and it matters a lot. Obviously, this is more than just a graphical update, but I just think that does so much for the game immediately. Yeah, this is amazing.
I won't surrender. Discover interesting possibilities with redesigned color palettes.
Let's play again sometime.
And others exciting and unique alternate costumes.
Man, I could only imagine the amount of work that went into all of this. Yo, Spider-Punk? Giving characters new moves.
Wait, is that the Infinity Gauntlet?
Wow, okay. Also, I wonder how much this game will be updated in the future by the team and by Max and everyone, because, you know, as with any game, there might be things that are broken or like things that need to be balanced that weren't found by the original team that gets found by players and stuff. It's like, oh, like we probably should tweak that. I wonder how frequent updates will happen, if at all.
Stages have been given an update. Nods and Easter eggs to the Versus series are abound.
That's fire. That's fire.
Experience gameplay like never before with thrilling tag team modes.
4-player tag. Yo, what? I did not know that was a thing.
Customized voices, sounds, and incredible music tracks never heard before. The machine is the supreme fight.
Wow, this is the Marvel 4 everybody wanted. This is Marvel 4 that everyone's been waiting on.
All entirely free. Survive.
That shit is so crazy too, by the way. This being completely free is insane.
Adventure. Don't miss one of the most unique tag team fighting games ever. It's Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite and Beyond.
It's out now. All right, so yeah, that that was gas. That was so gas. That's incredible. Hold on. Do I have this game on? I got to try this out on Steam. I haven't seen anyone else playing it yet because I've just been so like I just came back from another country and I got so much stuff that I got to do and catch up on and everything like that. But I now want to watch. I mean, I was going to watch it anyway, but now I want to do it right now. I want to watch the 2-hour presentation he did. Do I have MVCI on Steam? I will absolutely be installing this because that was hype. That was so hype. Yeah, man. I don't know about y'all, but I'm sold. I don't know. You know, it's free. So I gotta be sold. You know what I mean? As long as you already own MVCI, because it's basically it's a big mod for the game, right? Yeah, this is. Yeah, man. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Hit this video with a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't already so you can stay tuned for all awesome content I put on bringing you. And with all this being said, that's pretty much all I have today. Remember, let's get happy to swing the bat. Later. Max is stepping away, but the team will continue without him. I see. It's I'm sure it was a huge time sink and a shit ton of money. So that's no shock. Yeah, I actually want to watch like his whole presentation like
doing
right
everything
now.
I can to give you a speaking voice. You good? I'll do my best. Hopefully things warm up a little bit. Gotten plenty of sleep, but just trust me, my voice is just messed up. So here we are. And let me take a sip. Some stuff that you're going to see in the build that I show off to you, effectively placeholder. I'll let you guys know that's all.
Okay. So we still got to do Sparking Zero. We still got to do Tekken. I don't know if I have the strength to do either of those right now because those are going to be much bigger investments. He said 30K publicly, which for a fan project with no return on investment is so much money. I look at it like this though. Max is obviously one of the biggest advocates for Marvel vs. Capcom, one of the biggest voices and hearts of the FGC. It doesn't surprise me that he would do something like that because he has such a passion for it and is so genuine with this shit. And also without being too much of a pocket watcher, that nigga got it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I mean, like, yeah, that's a lot of money. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean. But not like investing that type of money without like expecting anything in return for it other than just like the enjoyment of everybody, like of everybody experiencing this thing that you put your heart and soul into. But it's like with anything, like with creating music or art or whatever. Well, I guess in a lot of those cases you are expecting money back at some point, but a lot of shit like that starts out as a passion project, and that's definitely what this is a crazy passion project.
Obviously, isn't.
So my question is, what do I want to do now? I genuinely really want to right now watch this presentation that he has. Doesn't necessarily have to be the whole thing, but like after watching that trailer, I want to see this, but it's 2 hours long. So we still have to do, I kind of want you to watch it. Are y'all down to watch it with me? Because like we still got to go through all the Sparking Zero stuff, but I don't know if I can do that much talking right now. And the same thing goes with Tekken. I'm also like very hungry and very tired, so like I feel like if I'm gonna keep streaming, it has to be something that's like low energy. Digimon story, obviously. I do gotta get back to Digimon and Ghost of Tsushima and Nier Automata and Yakuza 0, and you know what I mean. We're gonna watch this because I really want to watch this right now.
Supposed to be that way. And several elements are sort of like that right now, but not a ton. Massive shout out to the Beyond development team. Because over the past like week or so, getting all of the assets and things that we've created into the game and functioning has been an astronomical effort. You know, a lot of us are missing sleep right now, but I just want to give this a personal shout out to the entire team, as I'll give personal shout outs throughout the whole stream. This group of people deeply love Marvel vs. Capcom. Regardless if it's, you know, one of the least liked entries in this series, Marvel vs. Capcom is sort of a franchise that builds upon dreams coming true. And I really felt that with a lot of these people. People put their all into this, and I just tried to match their efforts on my end. So I am deeply appreciative to everyone that helped out on this project in some way or another, and to those that became like heroes and champions in certain ways to push stuff forward. That means the world to me, that other people stepped up in the same way that I wanted to. So it means a lot, dude. This is a community effort. It's going to be available for free. It'll be on mvcib.com. And there's a download link section, and we'll try to get it up on a couple of different sites just in general, so that one isn't bogged down. Right now, the two sites we're going to be hosting on is Mediafire, which is just ad-based. So you do like watch an ad, and then you get to download the game. And the other one is Nexus Mods. And on Nexus Mods, you have to create an account to get it to download on there. So that's sort of the challenge that we ran into, where if you have a game that's 7.5 gigs on top of an existing game, you're going to have to find some, you know, resource to actually put that file up and have it be readily available. I don't want to waste too much time because obviously my voice. There will be an install tutorial. Don't worry. We're going to make this as easy as possible for you guys. To be completely honest, I think one thing I wanted to do a bit
That wallpaper is sick as fuck.
more of in the trailer, but I didn't have time, was to highlight how much of a change this is, how much has actually gone into this project over the last 8 months. And I think there's no other better way to do that than to just take a look back at what Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite was before, really quick, 7 years ago. So this was the game we all got, that we were pretty much somewhat excited about, varying levels of excitement.
When are you hiring a team to fix DBFZ?
This launched to
Never.
varying degrees of criticism and skepticism, and some people that like the game.
Damn, this shit was ugly.
So many things.
Holy.
But effectively, MVC.
Holy, how did they ever think this was good?
Gameplay reasons and characters. It's the thing that I wanted to keep the most when we were talking about making a new project. Of
Like, especially with how Marvel 1 through 3 looked.
Is effectively what you all were looking at. You might have forgotten that many years ago. This is what MVCI looked and sounded like. And this is what the menu was like.
This shit is so ass. Oh my god.
Or what the characters were like. And luckily enough, this game still managed to have a competitive community 7 years later. And I will say that the competitive community for MVCI was pretty integral when it came to developing and creating our modified version of this. So, you know, what effectively became our new gameplay changes and our new foundation was based on the idea that I like this game. I think a lot of people still enjoy this game to a certain degree.
Yo, Blind Beast, thank you for the
So,
6 months.
you
Greatly
know,
appreciate that.
we
And Ryan,
don't
thank you for the 3
want
months as
to-
well. Sorry, my
we don't
voice
want
was
to
still off.
change
I
that
was back
too
on for now.
much, because Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, let's be real, is not a sequel to Marvel vs. Capcom 3. It's not. It's sort of a throwback to Marvel vs. Capcom 1 and other games before it, like X-Men vs. Street Fighter and Marvel Superheroes vs. Street Fighter. So a 2v2, you know, all of that kind of stuff. That was effectively what they did for this game. And once you sort of look at it like that, you think of it as being a sequel to an older Marvel vs. Capcom game. You sort of go, oh, okay, you know, that might be acceptable. That might be some way you can like look at it as in being kind of cool, but still, the expectations of fans was not. The expectations of what people wanted out of the franchise and what people wanted out of Marvel vs. Capcom was kind of a sequel to Marvel 3 in some way. So, anyway, just so you can see how this looks, this is the game that this is being compared to, and this is the game that was played competitively all these years later. So, let's compare that directly to our little project.
Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite and Beyond.
That's so fire.
Let me get the right controller here. You log into our game.
Wow,
just
man,
press start,
that's already
and
such a huge upgrade.
as You'll know if this is working if you get this as your new title screen.
That's such a way cooler title screen. Oh my goodness, dog.
And then when you log in, you'll be greeted with an entire
Come on, cuz, like, yeah, I mean,
different main menu. One
music
that
is also fire.
is a bit closer to the look and feel of Marvel vs. Capcom 1 and some of the previous 2v2 Marvel vs. Capcom games. And yes, all the accompanying modes have their own unique artwork made by Marvel vs. Capcom community and artists that we hired. And everyone contributed something that made this possible over the span of the last 8 months.
This is so incredible.
Yes, this is all here.
This is so incredible.
As you visit other modes, just as a heads up, I want to give a small little. Oh, let's go do this. Let's fight a CPU, and just show you guys how this looks.
I'll be right back.
So,
Yo, I'll be right back. Hold on. All right, I'm back.
also a lot different. There has been some changes made to stages, as you saw in the trailer, and some stages have gotten appropriate renames because they've gotten so many different small nods and adjustments. So yes, this is an entirely new stage, Onslaught Reborn, a brand new Infinity Grid, which is a different take on training mode. But a lot of the other stages that look pretty good already did stay. Just the ones that needed some love got a little bit of love. So let's go over to our default stage. So also our
Bro, this is still loosely the same character select screen, but it's just a few little touches that just make it look so much better. Like you have the comic print on each side, as opposed to just being like static red and blue lines, and then just like the character art, and like, man,
our character select screen is not entirely finished. There are some elements in here that are still waiting. Obviously, there's a big red line at the bottom and stuff like that. But trust me, by the time this releases, we'll have all the accompanying elements actually.
When's this release? It's out now.
Some of these things are supposed to be transparent, but this will just give you an idea of what it will look like. Placements, where things are also going to change. But you'll notice some things we brought back that we were personally really attached to, specifically character names. And you'll notice down there, Strider's up there, but character names go back to the MVC1 style of proper logos per character name. And yes, big shout out to our local editor, Jorge and Bruno, sort of came up with that and made that possible. Made all of these logos and names for every single character. So yes, some of this stuff obviously placeholder. The artwork on the screen that you're seeing on the left, and on the left specifically, was done by Kazan, and we'll have proper shout outs and links to everyone's work. And the character select screen itself on the left side was done by Kainanat, and the right side was done by D-Slug, so David. And yeah, you might notice their art style appropriately in there. So yeah, we can just I'll just like get in and start pressing some buttons.
Let's go.
You know, some of these aren't finished yet. One thing I can show is this.
Let's get the party started.
When you scroll left and right, the names, the colors will be appropriately shown.
I shall fight.
Was that not the case in Infinite, or is he just saying that just because even though it's custom artwork, they still went the extra mile of showing the alternate colors? Because like, if you couldn't see the colors before picking it in the OG game, that's...
Boot up complete.
You know, you can actually see what the character's colors are.
No one is my equal.
Also, you might notice, I'll put my face over here because I'm covering stuff. Also, you might notice we have a new announcer.
Captain America.
Let's go get him.
Our announcer is actually this guy.
All is according to plan.
We got somebody to return from Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
Gotcha,
and his
Van.
name is Chris Tergliafera. He did the voice of Sigma in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. It was one of his earlier voice acting gigs. And he was one of my favorite parts of the original game. And he came back and he helped us out like entirely under his own fruition. He refused to accept payment. He just loved the project and loved playing Sigma. And came back to play
That's
our
fire.
announcer.
Let's get this party started.
Get this party started. So, yeah. There's a lot in just this menu. And also the overall design of the menu, everything that went into this, we have to thank Bruno for. Bruno put in
I want to see
an
the finished version then,
astronomical
because like he said it would be like finished by the time it's released, and I want to see like what's different about it.
amount of effort into our user experience and user interface. Astronomical amount of effort.
Winter Soldier.
Ready for
So,
my assignment.
Huge shout out to him for those efforts, man. Chat update. I made an update that included everything not that long ago, and I literally forgot to drop it in here. This should probably be looking even better now. Here we go. I'll also be able to give proper shout out here to all
Oh,
the
well, here we
artists
go.
that
I was
made
about to.
our main menu.
Yo, June, my boy, what's good, homie? Welcome back. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for the 55 months.
Infinite and beyond.
You been fucking with this at all, by the way? Because this shit looks so fire.
On our main menu, we have the same person that just made that title screen splash that you saw. The one that you saw on my desktop not that long ago. This piece right here is done by.
You already know I'm on this. Who you been
Kimza.
playing, bruh?
The story artwork is done
Who
by
should I
Calvin
play,
Sims.
actually?
Training was obviously
Probably gonna play
Guy Pop,
Strider. I don't know
legendary
who the
style.
second character would be.
Mission mode was done by Via. Collection was D-Slukes. This is
Dante
everyone
Gamora.
knows his style. And we also got Eric Martin, one of an artist that
Lotus playing Strider
worked with
Zero.
us
Sounds
back in
very Lotus.
2014 on stream stuff. His art is the same stuff you see on our exit of our stream. The store was done by Wavechan, longtime MBCI supporter, and the exit screen was done by Nito Shin. So, yeah, these have been either completed for like 6+ months in many situations, dude. So anyway, let's go back. Let's set something up. Let's get into, let's do NBC Legacy Square. Play X.
Reporting for duty.
Oh, okay, I see. So the big red bar is gone and
Hey,
shit.
look, it's working now. I'm not an idiot. So, character positioning is a lot better now.
Hulk is strongest there is.
You'll also notice the default colors of changes. The default colors of characters change now. So if you look at the bottom of the color screen, our devs were able to find the values and switch those out. So Chun-Li does not have the same colors, but now they are correctly representative of what our version of the game will have. So
Stick with
Spencer
me and you'll be
also gets
fine.
some throwback Marvel vs. Capcom 3 colors.
Let us gather souls together.
You know, there's a lot in here. Winter Soldier's hanging out off screen right now. But yeah, Venom. You can actually see our new Venom colors. Black Panther.
You have chosen well.
Oh no, that might not be finished yet. Ignore that.
Captain Marvel.
Hope you're up for this.
Yeah, glad you guys like the character select screen. A lot of love, care, and attention was put into this stuff. Zero got new colors. You know, so who should I put in here? Let's put in X and like Captain America.
We'll fight as a team.
This is fine. I feel like the
And,
background of it
let's
needs to be something different, though. I don't know if it is in the actual
Rock,
finished project,
Power
but
Stone. And let's fight. Ooh, let's see. Who should we fight, man? Let's fight Jeddah.
The beginning and the end.
Player 2 placements are a little funky too, because they are actually significantly different.
Dormammu. You should consider this
Let's fight Venom.
Only one team will be left standing.
placement stuff a little off. But new artwork, new sounds, new experience. That's the whole point of Infinite and Beyond.
Same background at the moment. Got you.
Teleport complete, Alia. Ending transmission for now.
Do you understand the fate of fools who betray the truth?
Who will come out on top? Ready?
God, these models, this artwork looks so much better.
The entire user experience has been significantly changed. Might also be hearing some new music. Oh God. Do all characters have new music? Not every character. Some characters have throwback sounds.
Take this!
And I'll actually give us a character that has new music after this. I realize I didn't do that. He didn't die to that? Oy. Artwork at the top has been replaced.
As long as there's hope, we can change the future.
Also get different music and a completely different windscreen.
That's fire.
Throwing back to Marvel vs. Capcom games of the past. Pretty sick, right? Pretty sick. We want it to look and feel like a completely different experience. So, let's go back to character select. And throw us into... how about I pick...
Let the fun times begin.
Understood. We're
Pick somebody
a party
that's
of
actually
two,
ready to
right?
go.
Ultron.
This was an unexpected
Zero.
En route to combat zone.
And
Strider, hear you.
The target is
Dare to
to
believe
show off
you
what
can
general
survive.
gameplay looks like. So, I'll also have you be listening in here on the audio
This is so
track.
dope that they managed to do this.
Found a Maverick. I'll take care of it.
Who will come out on top? Ready? Fight!
Too slow!
Yeah, it literally did it for the love of the game, bro.
Come on, Zero, do something.
It's Ray. It's over. Destruction wave.
This is a brand new game, thank you.
It's nothing!
Is this gonna be on console? Nah, this is just on PC.
Enjoy the gift of pain, burn. Real venom.
God.
It's Ray.
Reality Stone!
Reality.
Supers look better now, thank you. We'll detail why that is.
I shall bless you with death. Die, die, die! Delete everything! Hyper combo
perfection in this universe.
So that's a little bit of the experience you'll get when you fight against the AI in like arcade mode and whatnot for Infinite and Beyond. Is that a new announcer? Completely new announcer. Yep. So, just some heads up as far as what has actually changed for a lot of characters. If we go down to something like collection, I can show you guys that.
You back? You need me? Yo, what's good, Hottie? Welcome back, homie. Greatly appreciate it. Even the 2 years. Sheesh.
So, if you go into something like the collection and you look at characters, you're going to be able to see what our models look like, and they should be appropriately displayed. So, as you jump in here and you go to like the model viewer, this will accurately render how our characters are rendered on screen. And you can just scroll through, go to the next color, and this is the big thing that changed, is that we also did alternate costumes. The almost entirety of alternate costumes have also been made and adjusted for the game. And a big consideration was that we wanted to not just use the exact same ones, we wanted to also add brand new alternate costumes to the game. So some of them that you might not have ever seen before, that are from other games or references, and these should all.
It was
be
good, Rage Spy. Yeah, I
mostly
had a good
working
time,
right now.
man.
There's only a couple that are not technically hooked up yet, but even some small
Yo,
ones,
Hottie, thank you for the gift sub,
Like
homie. Appreciate that.
is
Everything is
actually
ordinary.
working, and he's done, and he's good to go with his pink outfit.
That
and all
pink
this
was
crazy stuff.
gas.
Some highlights in here is obviously Zero, and Zero got a lot of love, care, and attention. His alternate colors are a bit different than he was in default MVCI. Got a throwback to an MVC3 color, and his alternate costume is insane. It's effectively the Virgil Zero from Mega Man X Dive, and this was all Xeno's doing. I was more than
This
happy
is
for
ridiculous.
him to put this in the game. We got a lot of the clipping stuff figured out. But yeah, very cool, right? You're going to be seeing him at this angle 99% of the time. So there's some significantly cool stuff, but also a lot of Easter eggs and personal attachments in here. For example, Jeddah, a character that looks wonderful. Another shout out from an artistic side, the line work for the characters. You actually see hand-drawn line work was also done by Angry D Slugs. So David helped us out on multiple fronts while also working on several other projects at the same time. Let's go back to Jeddah. So alternate outfits will look a bit different than they did before. In some ways, maybe we'll have references to other stuff. Maybe. Just maybe. You know, all I'm saying is that there might be some things that are a bit different. I made no reference to other media. Yeah, absolutely gorgeous, right? Some of these alts, just absolutely gorgeous. Hatsune Miku. I'm just going to say it. Hatsune Miku has made her way into Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite and Beyond. Pretty cool. So, but also, I will say, we put a lot of time into special costumes. Chris got a big redesign, and it might not look like it, but this is indeed Chris's face from Resident Evil 5. And we took the time to make sure that he looks appropriately cool, and wanted to make sure that he kind of has a visual that matches the Chris that you remember from some other games. So, Chris looks like this, but then his alternate costume looks like this, which is Resident Evil 8 Chris. And yeah, that was fun for us to be able to do that. A reminder, these are alternate costumes. The alternate costumes in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite and Beyond are unlocked from buying the Costume Pack DLC. We did not circumvent that at all. So if you guys want to get access to the alternate costumes and just play with them or effectively unlock them for your version of the game, they're not in the deluxe version. It's beyond that. They're in a different pack that's available on Steam. So that's pretty much what the costume pack does. We can't unlock these things for free. The whole point of this is that if you want to get access to these things in our version of the game, you need to effectively buy it and then have it unlocked to give it access to this stuff. So we don't want to cause any problems there. So yeah, Chris has a new cool alternate outfit. Deluxe is 80% off right now. Is it still?
You know
on
what?
sale?
Now that I think about it, it all makes sense. By doing this project for free and not trying to make any sort of profit or revenue from it, that is how they're allowed to do it, because they obviously don't have the legal rights and permissions and licenses to these characters and these properties and everything like that. So they can't like legally sell this product. But by doing it for free, it's far less of an infringement, like on those copyrights and trademarks. Beyond that, by also doing something like this, where you make it so that, hey, the only way you can play this is actually by officially purchasing the game. And even for our alternate costumes, we can't unlock this stuff for you. You actually need to purchase the official DLC costumes, but then they'll just look like this when you install our mod. It only further encourages putting money in Capcom's pockets and them actually profiting from all the hard work that these guys did, which is probably, yeah, so it all makes sense.
Is it still on sale? And this one I just kind of wanted to show off. So, a long time ago, I was about to say not that long ago. Hold on. A long time ago, I did a little bit of work for this game called Strider 2014. And it was the last version of a Strider game that effectively came out from Capcom outside of like Tekken. And that development team was insanely passionate and did some really cool things down at Double Helix. I did a documentary officially for Capcom. So I got a hold of the director of the game, and I effectively asked if it was cool that we could feature their character. And he was more than enthusiastic for us to do that, but unfortunately could not provide any assets to us just because it was over or nearly 10 years ago. So Strider in MVCI is obviously classic Strider. There was no Strider 2014 to be found. In fact, the alternate costume was his, a company other Strider, which was, God, what was his name? The guy in the white costume. Forgetting. But his initial alternate outfit was a completely different Strider. Yeah, Strider Hien, thank you. I have sick brain right now. So Strider got a bunch of colors referenced to Marvel 2, but thanks to Fooch and some incredibly cool efforts, for the first time we were able to rip the entire model and the OG Strider 2014 outfit finally into a game. And we got it. And I did personal polish on this myself, and it was what I was working on all night last night after the stream. This is the first time that Strider 2014's official model, outside of something that was sort of like put together by other assets, has been done. And he has his laser scarf and he has everything. And I got to give Fooch a bunch of credit to this, because all this model importing and everything he did was insanely cool. Now, Strider 2014 makes a lot of references to other games too, or other Striders in fiction. And that's what we did. So, I need to get the names of it. Hold on a second. Man, Fooch, what is it? Is it Strider Ryoga? Hold on. This one, and then the camo Strider. And then some creative liberties were taken with this Strider. I made these changes just last night. And then the final
Nothing.
Yo,
one
Hottie, thank you for
is
another
a
gift sub,
reference
man.
to
That's
Everything
sick.
is ordinary.
also Star Gladiator, Marvel vs. Capcom 2. These were Striders that were effectively made for Strider 2014. So,
Yo, take it easy, Hottie. Thank you for
lot
stopping
of
by,
love and
man.
care put into this dude, because he's my favorite fighting game character ever. So anyway, Strider got a lot of new and cool shit, man. Other new and cool stuff that is in the game now that might not have been there before. New alternate costumes. Spencer has his Nathan Rad Spencer costume, going back to Marvel vs. Capcom 3. and some accompanying colors. That is that I didn't get that reference, but it seems so familiar. Is that Duke Nukem? Devs, you put a Duke Nukem costume in our 2024 game? The Duke? Damn, I saw this like several times throughout development, and I'm just like, why does it look so familiar? It looks good. I'm fine with it. Hail to the king, baby. Or Bart Simpson. It might be Bart Simpson. Could be. Anyway, that's a new costume. If we go down a bit, Captain America is one of those characters that got completely new modeled. Taken from other games and assimilated into our game. Captain America does not look the same. In fact, I would love to take this opportunity to show you guys, if we go back to the main menu of MVC on the classic MVC, Captain America's a big one, man. And he became our hero character next to Ryu for our artwork, right? I want you to see what Captain America looked like when this game came out. So this is what we like to call Bug Cap. And what an absolute beefcake. Dang. Thick and ridic all over. He's like a monster. Our Cap went a bit meager, and we kind of went backwards a little bit to a 90s era Captain America.
So much
the model
better.
is completely different. The face work is completely different. Some new colors. And a very popular skin that we also liked a lot from MVC3 came back. So, Cap's back. Cap is back.
Yo, appreciate it,
Let's
Pixel.
look around. Thor,
Glad to be
another
back.
character that
Japan
got a
was
new
cool.
model. Brand new model. And, Thor did not look like this originally. Thor looked something a bit closer to this in MVC3. Had kind of a unique design. Not inherently bad, but we wanted to make this change just because we thought we could make Thor look a little cool. That one's actually kind of cool, right? And yeah, Thor got a proper beard in our version. Some alternate skins and, throwback costumes and stuff. So yeah, he is a bit different. Let's see what else we can possibly show off. Doctor Strange, another one of those characters that is a completely new model. Strange does not look like this in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite OG. We completely redesigned the way the character looks and took a combination of him from several other games, but we didn't particularly like his long pants and those things. He looks kind of like frail in MVCI, I think, personally. So we wanted to change that a bit. And yes,
Nigga think he me
took
for
him a
real.
bit closer to somewhat the 90s era of Doctor Strange. So yeah, he's got a nice, cool looking silhouette now. Gave him some fun colors in between here. Less pants. And he also has his traditional alternate outfit, which is a bit closer to what was in MVC I originally. So that's all still here.
Yo,
other
Top
than
was
that,
good, man.
What else can we talk about? Model-wise, there's a lot. Rocket Raccoon, also a completely new model. Man, oh man. Chat, this character is not like this in MVCI originally. Rocket Raccoon looks like this. He is a real ass trash panda in MVCI.
He's trash
It really
already.
is. Almost no discernible difference. So we wanted to tie him a bit closer to like comic book look. And this was also, I think, the efforts of Moo Cartoons, where we got him to look closer to his Marvel vs. Capcom 3 / Ultimate Marvel Ultimate Alliance look. And even on his alternate costume, he's got a Guardians of the Galaxy outfit, which is appropriate for Marvel fans, So, yeah, pretty good. The big one, Dante, well, If you want to see Dante, I can show him to you. Dante obviously went through a lot of changes, you know? And just as a reminder, chat, every character in MVCIB does not just, you can't just slap a shader and it goes this way. You can't. It doesn't work that way. So all of these elements are literally handcrafted and detailed to make it look this way. And as a reminder, you know, we can do one of the harsher comparisons here. And Dante is obviously one of them. But Dante's Marvel 3 look, Dante's MVCI look was not particularly great. A little rough looking around the edges.
Just putting it lightly.
So
might be the worst that character's ever looked.
Model, you know, we did not to make him look this way. So Dante obviously got a bunch of throwback costumes, a bunch of cool stuff. And here's his alternate, which we did not change. Dino is still in the game, my dude. Dino is still hanging out. He's still around. You can't help it, you know. Can't help it. Dino's still around. Dante himself. I'm going to show Widow. Yeah, here we go. Let's check out Black Widow. Let's see if there's anything interesting or different that isn't working appropriately. Oh, yeah. Widow has a different alternate outfit. Completely different alternate outfit. This is very new. This is very new. And this just got added to the game. So, yeah. Widow gets kind of a different look. In fact, I'm seeing something I can maybe fix. I can see something I can fix. We can make that look even better, chat. And I think last but not least, if we talk about alternate costumes on characters and stuff, Winter Soldier went through some changes. He actually got his mask back. This we showed off a little while ago. And just generally makes him look a little cooler, just in general. But there's one thing I want to show you in OG MVCI, and it's, in my opinion, one of the worst alternate outfits I think I've ever seen for a character, was Winter Soldier. And we really didn't like the way this dude's costume looked. Right here. This one. This was his OG outfit for MVCI.
It's not that bad.
The wife beater Winter Soldier. Oh dear. So we looked at him as a character.
This shit is so raw,
we were
though.
like, huh. This guy's got a metal arm and he's got guns. There's another character in MVC that does something kind of similar to that. And it's Cable. So we gave Winter Soldier a Cable alt. And he's got some big crazy guns. He doesn't get to use everything. But now we have something a little bit different on Winter Soldier.
Wow,
if you
that's
just want
impressive.
to reference something X-Men like. So, yeah.
This is such impressive work.
He plays like Winter Soldier, but effectively speaking, Winter
And he said
Soldier
they
plays
did all this in
Cable
8 months.
Of anyone in the game.
Like, I know
big
obviously
guns,
like there was a lot of
grenades, all that
groundwork
stuff,
laid,
but
and like
Winter
they
Soldier's
stole a
very
lot of
good.
shit from, and stole shit from like other games and stuff. But like, even
just
still,
a cool looking character, right? Like, so simple and straightforward, and just came out very well within our art style. Also, flattened elements for his alternates. That's all there. Ghost Rider, another dude.
yo, Jay Jinsei was
That
gonna.
just came out very well in our art style, you know. Never really had issues with this dude. Show us Frank. Okay. I'm taking some requests here. Frank. Let's see. This is our version of Frank West. So, a little bit different. A little bit different. Face has obviously gone through some changes. If we go back to check out his original design. See what Franklin is like. There we go. This is OG MVCI Frank, and this is our Frank. And got some different costumes, right? Got some different outfits, maybe some reference outfits. This is actually his OG MVCI outfit. I might have done this one personally with absolute no affiliation to any other game. All I'm saying is that completely original color scheme. Okay?
Yeah.
Completely original color scheme.
Totally.
No more questions, please. And other characters that came out looking ridiculously good, right? Ridiculously good. Arthur looks insanely good. This character got a beautiful visual overhaul. And especially his alternate costume. My God, man. Like, so absolutely sick. It's just absolutely gorgeous how good he looks now. The wings, the detail. Dude, Fooch. Jesus, man. I haven't gotten to see this in the game in a while. This is so sick, dude. This is so sick. So yeah, Arthur got some tender love and care for those of you that like Arthur. A lot of Gamora requests. Let's also just check out Nemesis while he's right here. Nemesis, yeah. These are one of those characters that a lot of hand-drawn details to make sure we get the things right. And also does have his alternate outfit. Not a crazy inspired. It's like Mr. X RE2. His cannon has now been flattened, so it looks like it properly belongs on the character now. But yeah, Nemi. You'll notice if we go to Nemesis in the old game. Check this out, dude. He looks a lot different. Like, his color scheme was just off, in my opinion. They made him look like fleshy and almost like pink in many ways. And I think I just genuinely disagreed with that when we got to the final design in MVCI. So, you know, yeah, we went through a lot of big changes to where this guy eventually ended up. So yeah, let's check out Gamora. A couple of Gamora requests. So Gamora and MVCI, one of those characters that was just very straightforward and simple and always looked super cool. And if we do a comparison, which is a very fun brand new character to MVC series back in when this game came out, she's incredibly fun. Projectile based combo girl, you know? But yeah, visual style obviously went through a bit of a shift. And she just looks a bit closer to comic book look. And also appropriately has her alternate outfits.
I like that a lot.
Oh, let's show this one. So Ultron, kind of one of the hero characters of the game. And visually speaking, I think he is too. Got a lot of his big glowy elements all over the place. Just a ridiculously cool looking character. Dialed in many settings to make sure the shine and the sheen of his armor, he was always very clean looking, does come through. And yeah, same thing echoed in his gold versions. The pink and black and the gold and white. And also the alts came out amazing. This was Xeno. May or may not be a reference. May or may not. You know? So, pretty cool. And Ultron was already one of the better looking characters in MVCI originally. It was relatively good looking, you know? Not a bad looking character at all. So, we just kind of wanted to keep that. We wanted to make sure he stays cool looking, at least in a flattened version. Iron Man? Sure. Let's check out Nova. Really quick, right? So the problem with Nova is that his Marvel Infinite version is incredibly cool. The way they made Nova look in this game is sick. He's like shiny and glistening and buff. He looks
nigga, you
ridiculously good,
glistening.
man. I honestly think he might be one of the best looking MVCI characters there is, like straight up, even with his alternate outfits. So what we wanted to do was to sort of change his base color values, because we're not going to be able to hit these in our flattened version. So we wanted to do something a little different. We wanted to bring him a bit closer to comic book accurate colors, or close to comic book accurate colors, and give him some throwback colors as well. And the same also applies to his alternate, where his alternate goes crazy.
That's
Goes
so
absolutely
fire.
crazy in our version. And yeah, there's some
That nigga
very cool
looks
looking
sick.
costumes. This guy is like a Power Ranger in this version of the game. I saw Sigma Iron Man. I'll just show you Iron Man really fast. Here's our Iron Man. You'll also
Iron Man
notice
looks
if we
so
go
good
to
now.
the OG game, the design principle behind Iron Man was that he has a very specific look that is movie close, and his color scheme is close to movies, and that's what we wanted to avoid. We don't want characters to look like they're movie iterations. So ultimately, Iron Man had to go back to 90s Iron Man. That was the point. We want this to feel like Marvel vs. Capcom 1 /
What is
games
this?
that
This
came
is
before
Marvel
Marvel
vs.
superheroes and stuff.
Capcom Infinite and Beyond,
So Tony got
which is
some
a
appropriate
community
colored downgrades.
revamp and overhaul
We
of Marvel
effectively
vs.
aged
Capcom
him back
Infinite,
to something a
done
bit
by
older.
Maximilian Dude and a team of community members
But
that
doesn't mean
applies
that we
not
couldn't
only a graphical
throw
update, but
references to the
also
fact that War
a
Machine
slew of other
is a thing.
upgrades to the game
was cool.
of MVCI.
Some colors that are throwbacks as well. And then clearly, there's no infinites in this game. I'll let you know. There's no direct infinites with Iron Man that you're going to get in that way. This was just a personal take, right? This is just a personal choice. You have to have this color Iron Man, or it's not a Marvel game. Not a Marvel game. I saw some requests for the Monster Hunter. And yeah, we didn't take a ton of... we didn't change a ton with Monster Hunter. The toughest part with this character was that when we got to a point where we were designing her for our art style, she had way too much detail. Way too much. And our game's about like harsh black lines on top of characters, so she just had so much micro detail all over the place in her old model. I think she's genuinely one of the coolest looking characters in MVCI originally.
would agree with that.
So we had to simplify a lot of her maps, but simplifying a lot of her details kind of allowed a lot of parts of her costume to stick out
I think they did a great job.
and look really cool.
That's one of my favorite colors for her.
So, she definitely
Doesn't she have an
is
alternate
probably one
costume
of
that gives her
better-looking
the
characters
Keating
in the whole game, in my
costume?
opinion.
I think that shit is fire as fuck.
Might be a new color, right? This just might be a new color.
There it is.
You need the base game or deluxe for this. If you want the characters, you need the deluxe. If you want the characters. And the characters that are added are like Sigma and Venom, stuff like that. So, that is that way. Here's one thing that I will say also changed quite a bit, and we got something new on, is some music. And you might have heard it a little bit a second ago. I'm gonna let you hear it in full now.
Captain America.
We'll fight as a team.
Dante.
Let's rock, baby.
We do have some new music in the game.
Strider, hear you.
The target is mine.
Who will come out on top?
All the music as I've heard so far sounds incredible.
Fight.
Here's Dante's new theme. Dante's theme by Little V.
In your face.
Pretty cool, right?
Reality Stone.
Also, Zero's new theme by Alex Mukala.
I'll end this now.
Fight.
Yinka. Too slow.
This shit is fire. This goes stupid actually. Yo, Masa, my guy, thank you for the 70 months.
Nothing
I greatly
amazing.
appreciate it, man. Welcome back. I'm glad to be back,
Everything
man.
is ordinary.
And another one you might have heard before. Strider also got a brand new theme.
I have finished this. Fight.
Hear you.
Too late. Start this. Start this. Go. Too late. Start this. Yeah. Yeah.
Stage is sick, by the way.
Pretty cool. And last up, a new one
Captain America.
is Captain America. Also got a updated theme, which was existing on YouTube for a little bit, from Vincent. And this is a very different theme than what he had before.
Reality. I won't fail.
Than what he had before.
Reality. I won't fail. Reality. I won't fail.
I've heard either this song or something very, very close to it somewhere before.
Reality, I won't fail.
That shit gonna bug me for the rest of the night.
Captain America.
The F-Zero thing from Super Smash Bros. Melee.
Ready? Go!
No, it wasn't that. I mean, at least that's not what I'm thinking of. So this is the original song from Marvel 3. And I have heard this before, but this isn't what I'm thinking of. It's that that part specifically, that like riff or whatever you want to call it, that melody. I've heard something extremely similar to that before, but it's not this song. I can't think of it, bro. This shit is gas. This theme is gas, by the way. This is really gonna bother me all night until I remember.
Let's go. Stay down. Hit it. Unyielding. Dustin. I won't surrender.
Pretty sick, right? Pretty sick, right? Very different. So yeah, there's not a ton of brand new themes throughout our whole game. We have highlighted other characters in the past, like Ultron, as well as Captain Marvel, do have their own unique themes as well, done by Alex McCullough. But a lot of character music in the game has been effectively switched out for themes of the past that I think just fit our dynamic.
Fuck, bro. Oh, it's like, was it from was it in an anime or a movie or a comic book, a skit? Not a comic book, but like, I want to say I've heard that play, like when somebody like arrived on the scene or like somebody transformed, or you know what I mean, like one of those types of moments where like Dragon Ball game, Mega Man, like a Sentai, maybe I don't think it would have been Mega Man. Sailor Moon, no, it could have been a Dragon Ball game.
A little bit better. So we didn't have the scope and budget and time.
It wouldn't have been Sentai because I don't watch that.
Theme get adjusted in some way, but I will say some appropriate themes come back the way they should, that you might remember and are pretty damn cool.
This is Chris, ready to move out.
And the quest begins.
Real quick, by the way, I know we got a couple of folks in here who's like my age or even older. Which Mega Man game is it? I think it's either on SNES or PS1. It's one of those two consoles, I'm pretty sure. I have this very vague memory that just came back to me. I faintly, vaguely remember. It's a Mega Man game. And there's like a can on the ground that you can kick. I'm like, I have this very faint memory that I can like see like fading away of like me kicking a can through the street or something. Mega Man Legends? Maybe. Yeah, it's this. I remember playing this game a decent amount as a kid. I certainly never beat it. I don't remember a whole lot about it, but I remember that specifically. Wow, wow. Is this game good? Do people like this game? That's probably the Mega Man game I played the most. Nigga, that shit is how much on eBay? $80. Oh my. Is it good or is it just rare? Nigga, they want $60 for the greatest hits version. Wow. Legends is great, good for its time, it's amazing. Says its charm is pretty good, it's rare. But Legends 1 and 2 was Legends 1.
Dare to believe you can survive.
Just to give you some musical examples.
Damn, I wonder what I ever did with that game. That might be a game I gave to GameStop or something as a kid.
Some might be a bit louder than others.
Hold on. This shit might be from Dragon Ball, the song I'm thinking of. The song I'm thinking of might be from Dragon Ball, from the anime. Thank God. That shit was gonna bother the fuck out of me, bro. Oh, it was the fucking Ginyu Force theme, bro. That shit was gonna irk me all fucking night. It was Sentai, kind of, sort of. But it just wasn't, it wasn't fucking, you know what I mean? It wasn't Power Rangers or some shit. Oh my God, that's such a relief. Y'all know that feeling of relief when like you couldn't remember some shit and you, man. Oh, that shit was irking. You see, like we passed that. I still went back because that shit was bugging the fuck out of me. Okay, yeah, it's. That shit would have bothered me all fucking night. I wouldn't have been able to sleep. Whew, okay, that's over with. Anyway. You did that. Now I'm still trying to remember a song I was thinking of. Play the Captain America one again. All right, hold on. Let me pull that back up. Yeah, it was like, I was like, bro, there's a song that sounds really similar to that. And it's like, I probably haven't heard that song as much as I think I have, but I've heard it enough to where I was like, I recognize a sound very similar to that shit, and I will not be able to sleep tonight if I don't remember what it is. Would have hopped on 2K hours later and would hit you. Nah, but it be like that. Like, you'll be doing something completely random, like hours or even days later, and then remember the shit you was trying to remember before.
Reality stone. One beat down coming. Fight. One tip. Laser arrow. Now. Gimlet. Hold that thought. Fire sale. House. The taste of the full course. Ha, I could do this all day. Nova. Reality stone. Stone, give me your power. Fight. Nova. Perforate. This. Nova strike. Right. Better watch it. Are you ready? Nova Force full throttle. Nova Prime power. I'll show you. Supernova.
Cool. Gotta keep if their old themes work, we gotta keep them in there.
Chat, quick question. Which movie is better, Battle of Gods or Resurrection of F, or do they both actually kind of suck looking back?
You're a fool to fight omnipotent.
Van, I think games like Injustice would be a lot better if they went for a more comic book look compared to the Mortal Kombat look.
Learn your place. Sovereign decree. Monster Hunter.
Battle of Gods is definitely better in my opinion, but I do think that
Reality stone.
neither of them are all that great.
Reality stone. Reality Monster Hunter.
Anyway, some old themes. The obviously the music across the board does not have the audio balancing we would hope for. It takes a lot of work and a lot of like trial and error, and that is stuff that we're gonna try to get fixed at some point, hopefully before our mod comes out tomorrow. But yeah, the idea is that we want the old music, a lot of new music, and some music that was already really good to stay there, you know, to remain throughout the game. Speaking of music, it isn't just character themes, as you heard. Little V
I agree,
composed
Van.
our main menu themes, and also
Generally speaking, by the way, I think NRS games are pretty ugly.
So, I would say complementary elements that bring you from one mode to the next. A good example of that is if you take the game online and you make a lobby. Just make a lobby really fast. This is effectively how most people will be playing Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, in lobbies. And this is the old OG lobby theme, is the theme that you sort of hear the most in the game. So I desperately wanted Little V to create a new lobby theme, something we're going to hear a lot. And we will effectively have this to listen to instead of the other stuff. Yeah, I wanted lo-fi vibes feel MVC. That was the theme. A lot of people have been asking, will this work online? Yes, absolutely. The only thing that you need is to play with other people that have the mod. The biggest thing that will prevent you from playing online is if you're playing with other people that do not have the mod. If you're wondering, oh, but what about all the people that are playing MVCI that don't have the mod? They don't exist, dude. Very few of them still have stuck around and play the game. We're talking like less than 10 people in totality. So the amount of folks that are going to be jumping online and playing the game, much less even if they're competitive players, will also have the mod, and they'll also have our new balance changes. But just to let you know, if you play against somebody that does not have the balance changes, you'll get into a match and at some point it'll desync and throw you back to the menu. That's all that happens. And you know, if you're disconnecting from people too much, you might be on the wrong balance patch. You might need to update or something like that, or make sure the people you're playing with are updating. But effectively, people asking about matchmaking and stuff like that, my dude, people have not played PC MVCI matchmaking for over 5 years, at least over 5 years. Like, people barely got able to rank up past like tier 6 because there was nobody playing rank. The maximum amount of people that played this game online was in 2017, and it was 3,500 people. That was it. So we're not anticipating this being a giant disruptor to the online experience of the game. It really isn't. It should just, if you're playing with everybody else at the same time that have the same mod, hopefully you all should just have fun by yourselves. And yes, matchmaking should work just fine. It should be effectively good to go. So, is there rollback? Yep, the original game had rollback netcode. We did not change anything of the way the game's online systems work. So, let me... Was the netcode changed? No. The netcode is good. This is Capcom's, one of Capcom's better efforts, rollback netcode, you know? One thing I would also like to share is that this mod is not entirely going to be for competitive and multiplayer people. I wanted to make a big consideration of this, that not every fighting game fan only wants to fight other people or wants to go online. People just like to have fun. And with all of the dramatic changes that we made to our game, it became very difficult to have the traditional single-player modes function. They did not work because we did so many things to interface and UI, and it just crashed. But a lot of effort was put in on our end as a development team, and it was a priority as a director that we need single-player modes. We need our single-player modes to function. So I'm happy to tell you that, and I can just go through it right now with you, arcade mode works. Our arcade mode, you can properly play through the entire thing, and it should just entirely function with any of these characters.
I don't like these orders, but I'll follow them.
Only one team will be left
So,
standing.
some stuff in here will obviously be a little bit placeholdery and not where it should be, but we can just do like a quick arcade mode run, and I can show you guys sort of how it looks and how it seems. The Dante jump scare. Yep.
How good was the internet over there? I mean, I really wasn't using the internet very much in terms of like, you know, I wasn't streaming. I wasn't like on Twitch or YouTube basically at all, unless it was playing like a YouTube video on my phone. But I mean, the Wi-Fi at my hotel was pretty fast. It was like, I forget exactly. It was like 300 megabits or whatever, something like that. It was pretty good. I had a an eSIM as well, so I just always had, you know, my phone available whenever.
There he is.
I didn't use my laptop almost like at all while I was away. And yeah, this has been great. Yeah, I mean, I was still on my phone a bit, but like, It was really only to like listen to YouTube videos like as I was going to sleep, or just whenever I had like some downtime or whatever, I guess. But I mean, I wasn't on Twitch basically at all. I jumped into Discord once, I think, the entire trip during my last few days to say what's up to the fellas because they were in call. And I wasn't on Twitter nearly as much as I normally am because I was trying to avoid a lot of the stuff that I still wanted to cover and talk about, whether it was Sparking Zero, Tekken, Bleach, whatever. Yeah, I don't know. The only thing I did on my laptop the whole time I was gone was I edited some pictures that I took of myself, which I didn't take very many. I edited the pictures that I took for Rhyme and Kayla for their engagement. And I bought my tickets for the bullet train for when I went from Tokyo to Kyoto. And I think that's it. I used my laptop like 3 times the whole trip. Yeah.
Old theme comes back.
How was the bullet train? It was cool. It was fast. A lot more expensive than I expected it to be. Those tickets were not cheap at all. How did you upload? I had all that stuff scheduled and ready to go before I left.
Come on, dude. Jesus, he doesn't want to die.
Bullet train was cool though. Very spacious, very roomy. Had outlets so I could charge my phone. I bought a bento before I got on the train and I ate it on there. Very comfy, very fast.
You also might be hearing that Venom's voice. Yeah, some people notice it. Venom has a new voice. Long story short, a lot of people were unhappy with the way Venom sounded in MVCI originally. Let's check this out. We have to make sure this is working, chat. This is very important. We're not launching. We can launch right now. It won't work. That's how it works out here.
Speaking of that, Rambler, check this out. Check out this t-shirt I got recently. I thought this was pretty fire.
We could give you guys the files right now. It wouldn't work. Very hard and very easy and damage highest.
Captain America!
Let's go get him.
Captain America!
Let's go get him.
Nemesis! Only one team.
Let's see.
You read any more One Piece? I did read a bit while I was gone. Not a ton, but I did read. I am on chapter 231, I think is where I left off, right? Yeah, I did read a little bit on my phone while I was away. Chapter 231. I read like a couple volumes worth. I didn't want to go the whole trip without reading because I felt like if I did that, it would be hard for me to like pick back up and like continue on with. And I wanted to make sure that I kept up with it a little bit. It's at Water 7 of Long Island. It's Skypiea, I think. So right now they're at whatever island it is that where they meet Bellamy, and they're trying to get to Skypiea.
Might have been the stage.
Yeah, Jaya. There you go.
Let our devs
Jaya.
know. Could have been the stage.
Was One Piece big in Japan? I mean, you said that Code Geass had a bigger presence. So the biggest series in Japan right now is by far Jujutsu Kaisen. I saw Jujutsu Kaisen everywhere. The fucking Tokyo Skytree is like all Jujutsu Kaisen themed right now. JJK was the biggest thing out there. After JJK, I would say maybe One Piece. The biggest series that I saw the most of, that seemed the most prevalent, the most popular, and that were everywhere all over Japan were JJK, One Piece, JoJo's, Evangelion, and maybe Don. Because I heard the Don theme song in like every fucking store, every arcade, so many shops. Demon Slayer was prevalent, it was common, but not as much as those other series I just said. The shit I saw the most by far, Evangelion still popping over there. Yeah, like a lot actually. Like I saw Evangelion everywhere. Like Evangelion might have been the second or third thing I saw the most out there. I'm just as shocked as you are, because obviously Evangelion, all-time great, classic, everything like that, but I didn't think it was still that relevant, or like that I would see as much shit as I did. You see any more Don before you left? Nah, I only watched those first episodes. Any Boruto/Naruto still up? Honestly, very little Naruto stuff I saw at all while I was gone.
And everything we got in here. As I blast through the arcade mode a little bit.
For a long time. That's why I can't lose.
Ready.
Also, yeah, I meant to talk about this. I honestly, I didn't even think about it at all before I left. But Dragon Ball Daima, we missed several episodes, obviously, since I've been away. And I think what I want to do is, I will watch the episodes that I missed on my own time. And then this week we will continue with the watch parties and the reviews. And this next review, I'll recap or recount everything that I missed up to this point, which of course I miss it and go away when all the shit starts popping off, right? It's been super slow up to that point. I leave. That's just one more thing I miss. A bunch of shit's been happening from what I hear. Like I saw that Majin Ku character, whatever, got introduced, and like there was some fights and shit I heard about. I'm just like, go figure. Doraemon, I saw Doraemon out there, but not like a ton. It wasn't like everywhere the way those other series were. But like the biggest thing I saw by far the most was JJK. JJK is like the hotness out there right now. Yo, Yudi, thank you for the raid. I greatly appreciate it. I'm not gonna lie, I was low-key thinking about taking off because I'm falling asleep and my stomach is empty. But to answer your question, Nem, the thing about doing like a long watch party to catch up on all the episodes is that I would be down to do that. I just don't know how many people would want to or would care, because the watch parties themselves, it's not like they were a super popular thing I was doing anyway, and I greatly appreciate everybody who was pulling up to those. But the viewership obviously isn't like anything, super significant. And I just feel like people have either already been watching and are caught up and don't care to rewatch, or just won't care in the first place. So it's like, I guess I could. There's no reason not to. I just don't know if niggas is gonna give a fuck. Happy you're back. I missed you, bro. Hey, I appreciate it. Was there any sense of Toriyama's legacy in passing while you were there? No, honestly, not really. I didn't see any like tributes or any sort of like commemorative stuff or anything like that around. I mean, there was, some Dragon Ball stuff here or there that just seemed like regular. It's Dragon Ball, so it exists here, but there was nothing that kind of like, signified the passing of Toriyama, or was like more, more of a tribute kind of thing, or like honoring him in his memory or the series or anything like that. Just regular stuff that you would expect. I have an Achilles injury from frequent any 100 plus episode anime you or chat would recommend. 100 plus episodes? That's good.
Just to show some stuff.
Yu Yu Hakusho. Yeah, Japan was cool. Hope you had a good stream, Yudi.
I will
Yeah, this is not the
Hope you and the
default
guys
damage.
have all been well.
This is
I've been
much
away.
higher damage, so we can get through this a bit quicker.
Yeah, no, chat. I'm gonna be honest. I was trying to get through this whole video, but I'm like getting really sleepy and I'm really hungry. I don't have anything quick to eat, so I need to go make something and or sleep it off. One of the two, something got to give. Yo, Rambler, think of the get. Damn, that's a lot of gift subs that boy has given in this chat. Holy shit. Thank you, Rambler. I greatly appreciate it. So everything you need to see more or less. Yeah, we got through the majority of it. I assume the rest of this is like, you know, just showcasing some new gameplay stuff, whatever. But this shit looks incredible. I definitely want to try it out. We have more things we need to catch up on. Tomorrow, I think I'll try to stream a bit earlier and we'll get through the Sparking Zero stuff and we'll try out some Clive and Tekken. We might also check out some other things that I missed when it comes to like Virtua Fighter and the Game Awards and shit. So could have saved this for the end instead. Well, I wanted to watch this because I got really hype off of watching the trailer, and then also because I figured I wouldn't have to talk as much or have as much energy because I wasn't putting this on YouTube, whereas because I didn't feel like I had the energy after I did those first couple of videos. But yeah, I know we just got that raid from Beauty, but your boys, if I had something to eat, I could probably keep going, but since I ain't got no food and I have to go like figure something out, I gotta dip. So it looks like some of the homies are on Marvel Rivals. I'm gonna send y'all over to Thunder. I assume he and Omega are playing together. I don't know though. But I appreciate y'all for coming through. Thank you for the subs, the gift subs, the bits, the follows, and all that. It's great to be back. I'm not promising it, but I would like to stream every day for the rest of the year. We'll see though. We're definitely gonna try to knock out a decent handful of streams before the year is over to make up for all the time we missed. And y'all already know the grind is about to be back in full effect. Appreciate y'all. I will see y'all again soon. I'll definitely be back tomorrow unless something comes up. But yeah, man, I look forward to the whole video and everything else soon. Appreciate y'all, man. I'm gonna get out of here. Later.